Hey everybody, I'm Rick Beato. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the 20 greatest rock guitar sounds of all time. Sounds that just, the first time you heard them, you thought, what is that? I've never heard anything like that. I think I'm going to begin with this one first because it's literally the first one that popped into my mind. And I bet that a lot of you are going to think, I know what he's going to play. Let's check it out. That's Mark Knopfler, Money for Nothing. Now, how does he get that sound?
If my memory serves me correctly, was sort of almost got by accident.
I had a wah-wah pedal in it, just to give it something different, and so we got the pedal, and as soon as it was in and set, that was the sound. You just, instead of it going whack, 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 and moving it with your foot, I just set it into a certain place, so it's probably just slicing through a very small little nasal.
So it's like a phasing thing, isn't it? Almost?
Yeah, it's just
and it gives it that really sort of unique sound.
You're sort of waltzing around sometimes with these. And this lick, just again, it came from just the way that I play. I'm actually just playing a couple of strings at a time, but I'm damping out everything else. And if you stick some notes into it.
Okay, the next one, we're not doing these in any particular order. I'm just going to jump around from decades. This sound, when I heard it, I had never heard anything like it. That's Eddie Van Halen, obviously, with Eruption from the first self-titled Van Halen record. Now, to get that sound, you need a Marshall Plexia, Variac, Echoplex, pretty much all the things Eddie used. Phase 90, I believe. When it came out, that sound was like nothing you'd ever heard. Number 3 on our list. Andy Summers, Walking on the Moon. You hear this chorus and delay with his Telecaster. Just an incredibly beautiful sonic landscape that he creates. And then when he goes into the verse, he plays what we call a skank reggae figure. A lot of reverb on it. Andy Summers always had such a unique tone and sound. That was really, he wasn't a flashy guitar player. He played really interesting parts and always had really interesting sounds to go with them. Number 4. That's Peter Frampton on his solo from Do You Feel Like We Do from the live Frampton Comes Alive record. That is through a talk box. So there's a plastic tube that comes up that's right next to the microphone, and his guitar sound is coming through it. He's playing those notes, he's moving his mouth, and the mouth creates that wah-like effect. Guitar sound number 5 is one of the greatest clean sounds of all time and has been copied by everyone. Jimi Hendrix, The Wind Cries Mary. I was going to demonstrate it on my Strat because his estate are blockers, but when I pulled out my Strat, this is all I got. Actually, I'm getting a new neck put on it. But that out-of-phase Strat sound is one that, when I was growing up, everybody copied. Guitar Sound 6. Rolling Stones, Gimme Shelter. I love these guitar sounds. The atmosphere, the tremolo, the echo that's on there. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, lush sounds. Incredible guitar sound. At number 7, we have... As you can see from the video, he's playing a Jazzmaster. The guitar tone sounds like it's a Fender amp. It's really compressed, and you can hear that room reverb on it. It sounds like it's a natural room, actually, that is distant mic'd. At number 8, we have one of my favorite metal guitar sounds. Now, some of you are going to complain. Well, I'll tell you why. Listen. I picked Sad But True because I think that they are the best sounding guitars on the Black Album. Now, I was debating whether to take that or Master of Puppets. It's a very different sound. Master of Puppets has a darker, I would say more mid-rangey sound than this. This is more scooped sounding, brighter. They're using in the video, when they're tracking the sound, James on one of the guitars is playing a Dan Electro like mine. There's really good top end on this, and it's so heavy. Oh, it sounds so good. This is my favorite sound on the Black Album and one of my favorite metal guitar sounds. Number 9, we have one of the greatest soundsmiths ever in rock and roll history. He is the guitarist of U2, The Edge. That beautiful triplet-based delay that became such a signature of Edge's sound. But Edge didn't just have that sound. He had so many sounds. If you listen to the sounds on Achtung Baby, they're some of the most inventive sounds of any record I can think of. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. And he changed from the beginning of U2 all the way up until the present. Just an incredibly great ear for tone. At number 10, this guitar sound I remember very vividly where I was when I first heard it. My older brother Lou bought this record, brought it home, and put it on the stereo, and we said, I've never heard sounds like that. This sound was to be copied so many times. When Tom Scholz came out with the Rockman, in the early 80s, everybody was using them. They were using them in studios, everything. Everybody copied the Boston sound. The next guitar sound is from what I consider to be the best sounding grunge record of the 90s. Let's check it out. That was, of course, Fell on Black Days by Soundgarden. Now, I want to play you the guitar sound from the intro just by itself so you can hear what one guitar sounds like. Sound number 12 comes from one of the great American rock bands. This song actually has many great guitar sounds, but let's listen to the main riff. The guitar sounds are so fat. It has the beautiful reverb that's, I would imagine it's a plate reverb. But those guitar tones are just so rich sounding. Our next couple sounds I'm going to actually have to play because they are blockers and the video will get taken down. But one of them is this, number 13. That is, of course, David Gilmour from the Wish You Were Here record, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Just an incredible guitar sound. Probably played with a Strat, but it sounds pretty good on my telly. You already saw how my Strat looks. It wouldn't sound good on that. Okay, coming in at number 14, well, You guys notice I'm in a different place now. I'm actually up in Baltimore now. And I've been working on this video for about 3 days because I'm trying to decide what songs actually belong on this list. This next sound, I couldn't probably play if I said the name of it. I'm going to play it right now. Check it out. That was, of course, Paperback Writer by the Beatles. That guitar sound was really original at the time in the mid-60s to hear a sound with that kind of distortion on the radio. Coming in at number 15, there were so many great sounds to choose from. It took me a while to decide on what song, but I chose this one. That was, of course, Tom Morello from the song Bulls on Parade off the Evil Empire record.
It's a little riff that goes.
This one song alone has a bunch of really cool sounds, like the scratching sound he does later on in it. Coming in at number 16, and once again, these are not in any particular order. I'm jumping around from decade to decade. In the nu metal era, really 1997 through, let's say, 2010, there were a lot of heavy bands with a lot of great guitar sounds. It's very hard to pick. The first thing I thought of was this. Now that's Linkin Park off the Meteora record. That was Somewhere I Belong, the chorus guitar parts. And there's some incredible heavy guitar recordings on that. It was produced by Don Gilmore. But I thought, of that era, is there a better heavy guitar sound? And so I thought of this. Those were the chorus guitars from the Chevelle song An Evening with El Diablo off their Wonder What's Next record. What's interesting about both albums is that they were both mixed by Andy Wallace. They have incredible, killer heavy guitar sounds on both of them, and they're very similar in a lot of ways. I'm going to do a video on how to get those kind of sounds coming up here soon. This next sound is from a guitar solo that Jimmy Page reportedly called his favorite guitar solo of all time. Check it out. That was Elliot Randall's one-take solo on Reelin' in the Years from Steely Dan's Can't Buy a Thrill album. That album has some incredibly great songs on it, including Do It Again with Denny Diaz's electric sitar solo, but there's some amazing songs on it. You should definitely check out that record. It was Steely Dan's first record. Coming in at number 18, even though we're not doing it in order, that, of course, was Brian May of Queen from We Are the Champions. You'll notice when he's playing, if you rewind it and you check out the beginning of the clip, he plays with a coin, and because the edge of the coin is rough, it gives you that chime through his Vox, and it's just a beautiful, clean sound. Then he rolls into the distorted sound, and it just, the chords are so clear because of his pickups in his guitar. You'll notice that. Then his lead tone is like no one's. It's one of the most recognizable and greatest lead tones, I think, of any guitar player. It's so fat. Every note is so round. Number 19, I love this song so much, I named one of my children after it. And it features two of the most famous rock guitarists of all time. That was, of course, Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. The intro part was Eric Clapton, and then the slide was Duane Allman. Coming in at number 20, we have Jimmy Page. Now, when I thought about what song I should do, because there's so many different great Zeppelin guitar tones, but I picked a particular one because I think it's really interesting. Let's check it out. That was one of the lead breaks in the interlude of Ramble On that's played with a fuzz, and I think it has such a unique tone to it. Now, Jimmy plays with fuzz on the Whole Lotta Love solo, a lot of solos. He uses that fuzz tone, but this one in particular is very, very unique. Okay, I've already done 20 guitar sounds, but I'm actually going to do a 21st. I love the sound of this record, and this is, again, one of my favorite rock guitarists. Check it out. That was La Villa Strangiato from the Rush Hemispheres record, which was released in 1978. I remember I was in 10th grade. And I always loved the guitar tones on this, the clean guitar picking tones. They're just incredible sounding. There's something about them. There's a mood that record has, and it's one of my favorite Rush records. I personally like A Farewell to Kings and Hemispheres because there was a sonic vibe that those two records had that I don't think any other one had, even though I love other Rush records. But those in particular, sonically, I just thought were incredible. That completes my list of the top 20, really 21 rock guitar sounds of all time. Make sure to comment about all the songs that I left off my list. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and if you're interested in my Beato book, you can find it on my website at www.rickbeato.com. Also, think about becoming a member of the Beato Club. That's another way to support my channel. Thanks so much for watching.